Amora the Enchantress. Amora is one of Asgard's most powerful sorceresses, rivaling Loki in raw magic and deception. She's a centuries-old seductress, master spellcaster, and a recurring threat to Thor and the Avengers. Key traits: high-level magic, can manipulate reality, create illusions, teleport, conjure energy blasts, and even reshape matter. Mind control and seduction, famous for her spells that influence others' will, especially men, but can work on weaker-minded foes of any gender. Immortality and superhuman physiology, as an Asgardian, she possesses super strength, speed, and resilience. Teleportation and dimensional travel, can slip across realms and banish others into mystical dimensions. Versatile spell casting, her knowledge of runes, enchantments, and illusions is deep and wide, she adapts quickly. Cunning and manipulative, rarely fights fair. She uses distraction, deceit, and emotional leverage to win before a blow is thrown. Acrata. Andrea Rojas, aka Acrata, is a Mexican superheroine empowered by Mayan magic. Her powers are rooted in shadow, darkness, and teleportation. Though not as well known as Amora, she's formidable in her own right. Key traits: shadow teleportation, can instantly move through darkness or shadows, appearing behind or around enemies unpredictably. Mystical energy blasts, capable of projecting energy from her fists during combat. Hand-to-hand combat skills, trained in martial arts and street-level brawling, agile, fast, and precise. Stealth and evasion, uses darkness to hide, phase, and strike unseen. Symbolic power, taps into ancient Mayan energy linked to balance and justice. Sometimes shown receiving spiritual guidance. Bravery and resolve, despite being human, she shows immense willpower, potentially resisting weaker enchantments or illusions. Fight analysis, magic versus shadow. Opening encounter. Amora might begin with illusion, seduction, or psychic manipulation, testing if Acrata is susceptible to her mind-affecting spells. Acrata, using her shadow teleportation, would vanish and reappear unpredictably, making it hard for Amora to land a clean spell. If in a city or shadow-rich environment, Acrata gains mobility superiority, darting in and out of range. However, Amora is not easily fooled, and may create magical barriers or flood the battlefield with light to eliminate shadows. Mid-fight. Acrata launches precise physical strikes and dark energy punches. Amora, though less of a martial fighter, casts protective wards and responds with explosive magic or vines of pure energy. If Amora grows irritated, she might try to banish Acrata, summon a creature, or unleash an area of effect spell to disrupt Acrata's stealth. Acrata's advantage is movement, but Amora's advantage is scale and versatility, she has a bigger magical toolbox. Mental battle. Amora's greatest weapon is manipulation. If she detects insecurity or inner conflict, she might try to corrupt Acrata, offering her greater power in exchange for allegiance or planting mental seeds of doubt. However, Acrata is shown in most versions as strong-willed and morally centered, potentially resisting even strong enchantments with effort. Endgame. Acrata's only path to victory is outmaneuvering Amora long enough to land a precise, high-impact strike or disrupt a major spell. She'd need to use hit-and-run tactics, stealth, and cunning. Amora, if she gets serious, could lock down the battlefield magically, eliminating all shadows and casting a binding or mind-destroying spell to end things. Unless Acrata calls upon external magical aid or mystical allies, Amora's magical ceiling is just too high. Chance of winning. Amora 75% vast magical arsenal, immortality, illusions, and superior combat experience across centuries. Acrata 25% wins only with guerrilla tactics, dark environments, or magical surprise. She's fast and clever, but not at Amora's raw power level.